Hey everybody, Jim and Eric here with a Rewind Theater on the new Iron Man 3 trailer. This, of course, is a darker, grimmer Iron Man movie than perhaps we're used to seeing.
Well, yeah, just no AC/DC here in the promotion.
No AC/DC. Clearly Tony getting his ass handed to him a lot in this one. Now, there's going to be a lot of small moments we're going to want to point out during this. Tony, here we see the beginning of what appears to be the Extremis armor.
Yeah, much more linked to him, the fact that he can actually call it to himself like that.
And we're gonna see even more of that as the trailer goes on. This is interesting. We see more of these pieces of basically a disassembled Iron Man suit, and we're gonna have some theories on that later on.
Yeah, the fact that the armor is actually in his room right now.
And notice the shirt that he's wearing, because that's gonna come into play in the what some think is a nightmare scene, but doesn't appear to be the case. Now this is interesting.
Yeah, we don't know who these characters are.
Who these guys are, but clearly this is a memorial, and they appear to be shadows frozen on the wall as if there had been some sort of nuclear attack or something.
And you got to think it's tied into the Mandarin and the Mandarin's motivations, who thinks he's doing a righteous thing, attacking Tony.
Now, that's Guy Pearce is Aldrich Killian. He's a scientist and a supporting character in the movie, and one of the bad guys tied to the Extremis.
You can just tell by his expression. He's
exactly.
And there's the new armor, which I guess we could call Mark 8 at this point.
Yeah, this is obviously for those of us who've been to Comic-Con. It was on display there. Looks pretty cool.
I think purposely more organic looking because of the Extremis idea.
And now here we see even more of him being linked in with the headgear. And it's going to come into play later on when we see Tony and his armor basically confronting each other.
Yeah, this is the part we were talking about that, you know, first time you watch the trailer, you think this has to be some sort of nightmare sequence. But now, more we watch it, we're thinking, no, it might be the sentient armor, which is a different storyline than Extremis in the comic books, but they're probably kind of linking them up and having them be one and the same.
Well, it's also, too, I mean, as we said earlier, the armor had been disassembled on the floor. He's wearing the same tank top. He was sitting on the bed.
Yeah.
So it looks like it threw itself together to either warn them or turn on them. We're not quite sure
I have a feeling
yet.
It's probably there to rescue her from this.
Looks like we're going to get a whole bunch of new action figures down the line since all that armor got blown up. Now here, our first shot of the Mandarin. He's got the green and gold robes that we know. No rings on his fingers in this shot, but the back of his neck, Captain America's shield tattoo with an A in the middle. You have some theories about that.
Well, it looks like the Avengers logo A, and it's just a very strange, curious thing that we have no idea why would he have that tattoo. Theorizing, you know, later on in the trailer he says that there's no real heroes, and he's obviously after Tony, but maybe the idea is that he eventually wants to target these other people too, like Captain America.
Like the heroes that saved the Earth from the giant alien invaders.
Yeah, but that was like a conspiracy theory. He doesn't buy into all that.
Now here's our first look at Rebecca Hall as Maya Hansen. She's a colleague of Tony. She's a scientist, one of the creators of the Extremis virus, but also potential love interest or maybe even a past flame of his.
It's hard to say because Pepper Potts wasn't in the Extremis storyline in the comic book, so her being there will kind of make it a different dynamic.
Now this is War Machine, but he's wearing the Iron Patriot armor. So it's not a separate character like in the comics.
Yeah, it's definitely not Norman Osborn. We've seen new photos show the James Rhodes label, like a military label, actually on the chest of the armor, so we know it is War Machine.
Now we see we've lost Tony's lost a shoe here.
We're assuming that's Tony. Yeah.
Right, and now here, Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan, Tony's valet and bodyguard and buddy, clearly looks like he's on his way out.
Yeah, that's dark times for Happy, unhappy times for Happy there. And you'll wonder, the dark tone of this trailer, is someone going to die, and will that person be happy?
No, I don't think they'll be happy when they die.
Happy will not be happy when he dies.
This is kind of Aldrich Killian being creepy. Does he know her, or is he just
he's being smooth?
Yeah, bastard. Okay, now here, Tony undergoing surgery. Now, is it got something to do with his past heart issues, or you seem to think that it's tied to the comics?
Well, again, in Extremis, in the comic book storyline, Tony is seriously hurt, and that's when he asks Maya Hansen to give him the Extremis process, as it were. And so, again, we don't know. Maybe it has nothing to do with that, or that could be what kind of leads to him having Extremis inside him.
Okay, now this next shot here, this fella in military apparel, this he kind of looks like James Badgedale, but I don't think it's him. But coming into frame, Iron Man's hand.
And we can only, we're trying to see, is this because Iron Man knows something terrible is about to happen here, so he's
or
kind
is
of
he
racing?
Yeah, because here this is the explosion of the plane, and this plane appears to be Air Force One, and of course we get everybody getting sucked out into the atmosphere.
Yeah, not good times.
And Tony coming to the rescue.
And again, though, you do wonder, can he rescue all those people in the limited amount of time he has?
Yeah, he's not Superman. Okay, Gwyneth Paltrow's Pepper Potts. What sort of jigsaw torture machine is she in?
We can only assume Mandarin, most likely. Someone has got her because she certainly doesn't seem to be in a good state at this point in the film. And we've seen some pictures of that sequence with the helmet after the Malibu home is destroyed.
The famous 10 rings that the Mandarin is known for. It's I can't quite make out what some of these symbols are supposed to be. Clearly reptilian, and
we can only guess that they're not going to do the comic book thing of each ring having a different power. That it's just symbolic here.
Now, is this his sentient armor attacking him, helping him?
My theory is it's helping him. That this is like in the sequence when his home is being blown up, that it comes to him and that he does put on the armor.
Okay, now even more curious. Who is this chick attacking him?
It's probably the biggest curiosity we have in this trailer because we have no idea who that actress is. And
or what the character is, and why there are baby booster seats in the corner. It's like he's getting attacked in a restaurant.
Look, it's a medical facility. Sometimes they have kids come in.
Oh, that's true. All right, who's War Machine thrashing?
Yeah, this is a War Machine throwing someone through a table WWE style, but again, we're not sure who he's fighting at that point.
Now, is that... I'm trying to see if that's a seal on the door over there, like a presidential seal.
Like,
maybe
is
he on
Air Force One as well? That's possible.
Now another good shot of the Mandarin. He's not wearing his 10 rings there.
Nope.
But you get kind of a look at his lair. These are the news choppers attacking Tony's home in Malibu. This sequence was shown at New York at San Diego Comic-Con, and it was the big showstopper. Giant rabbit?
The giant rabbit, which, again, this is a pretty grim trailer, but the San Diego footage also showed that, it's not a humorless film. They just do retain that sense of humor of the Iron Man films. I'm guessing early on in the movie that bunny is a nice, cute little thing between Pepper and Tony that then becomes horribly destroyed along with everything else he owns.
Now, it appears here that Tony must be in the armor because I don't understand why sentient armor would try to hold on to the side of it, and also the fact that it's a POV shot would indicate that we're supposed to care about who's inside there.
Right.
So there we have it. Iron Man 3, clearly a darker, grimmer film. Calling back here to the beginning of the trailer, Tony alone, broken armor in the snow, very Shane Black touch.
Well, it's a Shane Black movie when it's set in winter and there's some snow for you.
Well, thanks for listening, folks, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Thanks.